There's no shortage of cricket in our country, and today marked day one of the Duleep Trophy, a competition which is very closely looked at when you talk about the domestic setup after the Ranji Trophy. When you look at players, when you look at their scorecards at the end of the season, you look at how players perform, and Duleep Trophy also obviously happens to be one of those key tournaments that the selectors keep an eye on. Today was day one of the Duleep Trophy, and we're here to talk about a couple of players who really made an impression today, and a certain Abhimanyu Easwaran for whom things aren't really going well over the last week or so. Why exactly? Why do we say that? Let's tell you all of that over the next couple of minutes. There is a couple of players that we want to be talking to you about. Starting with the first match that took place in Allur. This is a match between the central zone and the east zone, which is taking place in Uluru. Day one today, and the day one saw the central zone being bowled out for a total of just 182. Rinku Singh, the KKR batter who made all the headlines just about a couple of months back, was dominating the IPL, was the highest scorer for the central zone, but all he could manage was 38. That gives you an idea as to how really the batting for central zone had faltered and never got going. But this is somebody we are going to be talking about over the next few minutes now, and that is Manishankar Mura Singh with 5 for 42 is making all the headlines on day one of Duleep Trophy. There are a couple of interesting facts about him if you've been following domestic cricket, but if not, we're going to be telling you about that over the next couple of minutes. So Abhimanyu Easwaran, we're going to be talking about that, but the headlines for now are with Manishankar Mura Singh. Speaking of the East Zone, when they came into bat in the second half of today's day, well, 32 for 2 is how it stands for the East Zone as things stand. Avesh Khan was on absolute fire today when he got the new ball, picking up 2 wickets, both those wickets being picked by Avesh Khan for just 13 runs. But Abhimanyu Easwaran, a golden duck for him. A golden duck, remember, it comes just a couple of days after he got the India snub. He wasn't named for the tour of West Indies. We're talking about somebody who's got 22 first class hundreds. He's got an excess of 6,000 runs, and he's averaging just about 48 as things stand. So everything as far as stats go, lies with Abhimanyu Easwaran. But maybe there's loss of confidence, maybe he's still hurting from that snub. All those questions will be asked now that he's registered a first ball duck, Abhimanyu Easwaran. Somebody who is very highly spoken of, somebody, there was a lot of talk as to why the likes of Abhimanyu Easwaran, Sarfaraz Khan, people who've been contributing, people who've been piling on runs in the domestic circuit, aren't really being given chances. Abhimanyu Easwaran over there, just a couple of days after he wasn't included for the 2 test matches that are going to be played by Team India against the West Indies, well, he gets a first ball duck. But like we said, we're going to be talking about some of the other players as well. The other player we want to be focusing on besides Abhimanyu Easwaran is Manishankar Mura Singh. Let's quickly tell you a couple of things about Manishankar Mura Singh in case you don't know already. Happens to be 30 years of age. He is, interestingly, Tripura's highest wicket taker and run getter in first class cricket. That tells you a thing or two as to how good the man really is. But at 30 though, he's not been able to make the kind of waves and headlines that have seen him draw the attention of the selectors. Who knows, then maybe he could be a late bloomer, you never really know. He bowls in the high 130s, and there is the interesting bit about Manishankar Mura Singh is the fact that he doesn't have that traditional high jump, let's say, that a medium fast bowler has. So his jump isn't that high. And the other thing being, you don't quite as a batter get to know if he's bowling seam up or if he is looking for swing. He isn't one of those really who gets a lot of swing, but yes, off the deck the man is extremely dangerous. He looks for movement over there, and that tells you because he has been the highest wicket taker for Tripura in first class cricket. 5 for 42 which he registered today was his 13th 5-4 in first class cricket. That also gives you an idea as to how good the man really is. So that was about Manishankar Mura Singh, but there was another match that was being played, but this time around down south in Bengaluru at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and that was the match between the North Zone and the Northeast Zone. Not a lot to talk about besides the fact that a certain Shorey, if you've again been following domestic cricket, Shorey again at 31, he's not been able to break into the Indian side, but again has runs. He has been opening the batting for Delhi for quite some time now, and he gets 135 from 211. Highest run scorer, by the way, on the day for North Zone, who have now scored 306, 4-6. They're still batting. The Northeast Zone yet to come out to bat, but things looking good as far as North Zone stands on day one. So that was a roundup of what happened on day one of the Duleep Trophy. We here at Sports Day will be bringing you all the latest updates, not just as far as the Duleep Trophy goes, but the other sports as well. For now, that's a wrap on this video, but stay tuned to Sports Day and don't forget to tap that bell icon so that you know when we go live.